I'm Jenna Love from the Somebody You Love podcast. I work in the adult industry, and this question says, if anything, I struggle with the opposite problem, trying too much to be pleasing to my partner and not asking enough for myself. Do you find this with clients as well, and what are your strategies? This is a super, super, super common problem in my experience. And it's a problem I've experienced as well, personally. I have more experience with men, so I want to say it's a big problem with men, but I'm sure it's also a big problem with women and non-binary people as well. It's just that my sample size is overwhelmingly dominated by men, just like the entire world is. I think one of the big contributing factors for this kind of thing for men, and particularly heterosexual men, is that they have grown up in a world where society has been screaming that they need to put women first, that the woman, you need to make sure she's looked after before you do your thing. And then this false idea that no man ever cares about pleasing a woman. And that if you want to stand out, like, you need to be the exception to that rule. I've slept with who knows how many men. And the exception to the rule is the people that don't care about pleasing their partner. Those people are rare. And by partner, I mean the person you're currently having an intimate experience with. Yeah, those people are rare. Like, to me, it's literally describing being a human being, saying that you enjoy the person you're with having a nice time. Because that's being a human, that's empathy. It's compassion. It's all of those things. If you don't care about the person you're with having a nice time, that's psychopathy. I'm not qualified to diagnose anyone, but that's a whole other problem. So yes, this is super, super, super common amongst clients and in my personal life, everywhere really, which is people in the bedroom who really want to please and aren't super comfortable articulating, but even beyond that, like, don't even have the thoughts about themselves being pleased or pleasured, right? I think it's a journey we all have to go on, and I certainly have myself, because it took me years to work out what I wanted and or needed in the bedroom, and I'm still I'm changing and I'm growing and I'm still working it out. So the first strategy for me is that I think you need to get out of your head the idea that this sounds so rude, but forget the idea that this makes you unique in any way. Sorry, that's just it. Accept that this means you're a human being. Sorry, I gesticulated too wildly. Accept that it means you're a human being, and presumably most of the time you're being intimate with someone else, they are also a human being. So you not only have to accept this about yourself, you have to accept that the likelihood that the person you're with or people you're with are exactly the same is very, very high. So in order to please them, you also need to allow them to please you. I grew up hearing about all these selfish men who don't care about the woman's pleasure. And then I started being intimate with men, and in my mind, I realized that that's absolutely true, because they were all so concerned with my pleasure that they weren't actually taking my desires and my needs into consideration. Now, boundaries aside, because of course you have every right to not want to engage in any sexual act, anything really, that you don't want to do, unless it's mandated by your work and you signed up and you signed the contract. But so that aside, if you're in the bedroom, if you're a man in the bedroom with a woman and she says to you, "Oh, I'd really love to go down on you," and you think, well, no, because that's not pleasing to her, then what you've actually done is been really selfish and served yourself, rather than just listening to her and going, "Oh, she said she would really like this, so maybe she's getting something out of it too." And I'm telling you, she is getting something out of it. I can't tell you how many clients are like, I just love eating pussy. And I'm like, cool, great, but I love eating dick. So we're gonna have to take turns, because That's feminism, baby. And finally, I'd say, if you consider yourself, for instance, somebody who really loves pleasuring women, and you've got, a move that you often go to, which involves a bit of this, and then you have an intimate experience with a woman who says that she doesn't like that, or she doesn't allow that, or she doesn't feel like it, and you're disappointed, I think you have to question whether you truly like pleasuring women or whether you like doing this to women, which is fine. I also enjoy doing that to women. Nothing wrong with liking that. But this thing about giving pleasure, I think it's just important to really think about who that's serving.